Can you believe it? It's been more than 40 years since the Griswold family embarked on the most chaotic trip in cinema history to Wally World. National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983, is not only a comedy, but also an icon associated with the childhood of millions of viewers. From Clark Griswold's crazy determination to the funny and sad situations on the road, the film brings countless laughs and unforgettable memories. Today, let's explore with me to see what the cast of that year is doing now, how they have changed after 4 decades. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next fascinating behind-the-scenes stories. Clark Griswold, the devoted but often troubled father in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Chevy Chase, born October 8, 1943 in New York. Chase was 40 years old when he first took on the role of Clark. Clark is known for his relentless optimism and his often disastrous attempts to create the perfect family vacation. His unwavering determination to provide his wife and children with a memorable experience often leads to chaos, misadventures, and hilarious situations. Despite his many flaws, Clark remains a lovable and devoted father, embodying the spirit of an ordinary man trying his best. His character became an icon of comedy in the 1980s and 1990s, with his over-the-top enthusiasm making him unforgettable. As of 2025, Chase is 81 years old and continues to be a legendary figure in film and television, known for his contributions to comedy. Ellen Griswold, Clark Griswold's loving and patient wife on National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Beverly D'Angelo, born November 15, 1951 in Columbus, Ohio. D'Angelo was 32 when she first took on the role of Ellen on the show. Ellen was the steadying force in the Griswold household, balancing Clark's overenthusiasm with her calm, practical personality. She often found herself caught between supporting her husband's grand vacation plans and managing the inevitable chaos that followed. Despite Clark's many missteps, Ellen remained devoted to her family, bringing warmth and humor to each adventure. Her role became an iconic part of the series, making her one of the most beloved on-screen moms in comedy. D'Angelo is now 73 and continues to have a successful career in film and television. Aunt Edna, the irascible and sharp-tongued relative in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Imogene Coca, born November 18, 1908, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Coca was 75 when she first played Aunt Edna in the film. Aunt Edna is an unwanted addition to the Griswold family's chaotic road trip, bringing constant complaining, insults, and an air of melancholy to their journey. Her irascibility and overbearing annoyance provide some of the film's funniest moments, especially as Clark struggles to cope with her presence. Despite her brief appearance on the film, Aunt Edna remains one of the most memorable characters in the series. Coca, a legendary comedian known for her work in early television, died on June 2, 2001, at the age of 92 from complications from Alzheimer's disease. Cousin Eddie, the eccentric and awkward cousin in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Randy Quaid, born on October 1, 1950 in Houston, Texas. Quaid was 33 when he first played Eddie in the film. Cousin Eddie is the gruff but well-meaning family member who lacks self-awareness but delivers some of the funniest moments. His quirky behavior, financial troubles, and unusual outlook on life make him an unforgettable character. Despite his flaws, Eddie has a good heart and genuinely cares for his family. His role became a highlight of the series, with Quaid reprising the role in several sequels. Today, Quaid is 74 years old, and despite his career spanning both success and controversy, he is still widely recognized for his comedic performances, especially his unforgettable role as Cousin Eddie. Rusty Griswold, Clark and Ellen's teenage son in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Anthony Michael Hall in the first film. Born on April 14, 1968 in West Roxbury, Massachusetts, Hall was 15 years old when he took on the role of Rusty in 1983. Rusty was a typical American teenage boy in 1980s comedies, always optimistic, a little reckless, and often frustrated by his father's absurd schemes. He served as a reluctant but loyal companion on the family's chaotic road trip. Rusty had priceless moments as he witnessed and sometimes participated in the ridiculous situations his father got into. Anthony Michael Hall, after his success as Rusty, went on to star in many other 1980s classics such as The Breakfast Club and Weird Science, becoming one of the most recognizable faces of the Brat Pack. Hall is now 57 years old and still active in film and television, with diverse roles and a career spanning more than 4 decades. Audrey Griswold, the teenage daughter of the Griswolds in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Dana Barron. Born on April 22, 1966 in New York City, Barron was 17 years old at the time. Audrey was often teased and had to endure unbearable things from her family's plans. Although Rusty's older sister was more reasonable, Audrey was often frustrated, irritable, and bored by her father's overzealousness. Audrey's funny lines and bored reactions to Clark's troubles were a highlight of the film. Dana Barron was also the only actress to return as Audrey in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Now 59, Barron is still involved in a number of film and television projects and is beloved by fans of classic American comedies. Roy Wally, the owner of Wally World Amusement Park in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by Eddie Bracken, born February 7, 1915 in Astoria, New York. Bracken was a veteran of the stage and screen when he took on the role of Roy Wally at the age of 68. In the film, Roy appears at the end of the Griswold family's journey when they finally reach Wally World, only to find the park closed for maintenance. Roy Wally is the hilarious archetype of the wealthy, kind, and easygoing entertainment mogul. Although his appearance is brief, Roy leaves a memorable mark by helping Clark out of trouble and making the trip a fun experience for the whole family. Eddie Bracken had a career spanning decades, starring in popular comedies and musicals. He died on November 14, 2002 at the age of 87, leaving behind a great legacy in the American entertainment industry. Lasky, a middle-aged security guard at Wally World in National Lampoon's Vacation, was played by legendary actor John Candy. Born October 31, 1950 in Toronto, Canada, John Candy is known for his comedic, down-to-earth, and extremely charming acting. In the film, Lasky is the first and only person to encounter the Griswold family when they cross the fence and enter the closed park without permission. Initially appearing stern with a gun in hand, Lasky is quickly won over by Clark Griswold's enthusiasm and crazy stories. The character of Lasky provides one of the funniest and warmest moments in the film when he reluctantly joins in on the games with the Griswold family. This role is not only a hilarious highlight but also an opportunity for John Candy to show off his very own charming comedy style. After the film, John Candy went on to become one of Hollywood's most beloved comedians with films such as Uncle Buck and Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Unfortunately, he passed away suddenly on March 4, 1994 at the age of 43 due to a heart attack, leaving behind countless regrets in the hearts of his fans. The Girl in the Ferrari, the mysterious girl in the red Ferrari, is one of the most iconic and memorable images of National Lampoon's Vacation. The character was played by Christie Brinkley, a famous supermodel of the 80s. Born on February 2, 1954 in Monroe, Michigan, Christie was a beauty icon and cover girl for Sports Illustrated magazine at the time. In the film, she plays a beautiful, seductive girl who constantly appears on the road and flirts with Clark Griswold while he drives. The scenes between Clark and the Ferrari girl are both humorous and clearly show Clark's easily tempted personality. Christie Brinkley didn't need much dialogue, just her eyes and charming smile made this character one of the movie icons of the 80s. After Vacation, Christie continued her modeling and television career, appearing in many major advertising campaigns and maintaining her position as one of the most influential models in America. Currently, at the age of 71, Christie is still active in the fashion industry, maintaining her impressive beauty and form, and is also a successful businesswoman. When it comes to the supporting characters that made a strong impression in the National Lampoon's Vacation series, it is impossible to ignore Cousin Vicky. Vicky is the type of character that, as soon as she appears, immediately makes the audience laugh out loud, because she possesses a unique eccentric style. Each of Vicky's lines exudes a naivety to the point of silliness, but that is what creates classic humorous moments that are hard to match. In her first appearance at the ironic dinner with the Griswold family, cousin Vicky made everyone open their mouths when she innocently talked about her strange pets or her somewhat confusing eating habits. Although she only played the role of a cousin living in the countryside, uneducated and overly carefree, Vicky became a symbol of the cute, eccentric characters in American cinema in the 80s. Interestingly, the way actress Beverly D'Angelo played Ellen Griswold also shared that every time she filmed with the character Vicky, the whole crew had to cut scenes continuously because everyone couldn't help but laugh. It can be said that cousin Vicky was a great catalyst that helped the film become more charming and different. And even though many years have passed, every time Vacation is mentioned, the audience still remembers that quirky girl as an unforgettable part of their childhood memories. Among the supporting characters that make viewers laugh out loud in National Lampoon's Vacation, Camp Comfort Clerk is a special character who, despite his brief appearance, still leaves a mark. As the receptionist of Camp Comfort, this guy has a poker face and an almost unchanging expression in the face of all the strange things that the Griswold family encounters. When they first meet, Clark Griswold just wants to book a campsite, but Clerk's indifferent attitude makes the situation both funny and sad. Not only does he answer curtly, this character also has a habit of giving short, dry lines, but it is this unemotional that makes viewers laugh more than any joke. One of the memorable moments is when Clerk calmly informs Clark that the pool is closed and all entertainment activities are canceled without a trace of guilt or regret. The way Clerk treats every unusual situation as if it were the most normal thing in the world makes this character unique. Camp Comfort Clerk is proof that sometimes a small but skillfully handled and well-timed supporting role can create a very effective comedic effect. That's why, even though no one remembers his name, audiences still mention him whenever they remember the Griswold family's disastrous trip. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Your support is truly a great source of motivation for me to continue creating and sharing more interesting content. If you love what I do, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Have a great day.